Welcome to Games Overboard. I'm PJ.
And I'm Shanna. My voice just cracked.
Gonna try it again?
Nope.
All right.
Shanna. That's what I am.
Well, it's just us today.
Yes, it is.
And we're gonna break the mold of our normal episodes today, too.
Do. It's because I'm here. It was my idea.
Yep.
We did it last year.
We were gonna do something completely different. Yeah, last year we even did a video version. And listeners, if you want a video version, I'll be glad to do some videos of the games that we're gonna talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So that is something that if we hear from you, then we will gladly do it.
Yep.
Or at least I will. I don't know if Shane will be there or not.
Hey, I got time off.
That's right. We have all the time in the world because we're gonna be on Thanksgiving break for five days straight. Shanna more than that.
And I realized we could have used the Yeti for this. It's just you and me.
But then we did the laptop and all that.
Okay, I'm just saying we could have used that piece of equipment that we drove so far to get. We haven't used yet.
I know.
It's fine. Anyway, why are we here, PJ?
So we're here to talk about good Christmas gifts.
Yeah, boy.
Last year we did 5 games.
I got a whole bunch this year, but mine are mostly card games.
Yeah. I have, if you like X mass market game, then try these hobby games.
And I have Heroes, fun for the whole family.
Yeah, and Shanna has just some good family games.
I just said what it is.
Oh
Jeez.
my gosh.
Hey, PJ.
Yes?
Do you want to know a super cool fact about my best friend?
You want to do a dark story?
No, I do not. But actually, this is just out of love to Jamie Stegmaier. So November 13th was just not too long ago.
Really?
It would have been his... It would have been his dad's 70th birthday if he hadn't passed away early in 2022.
Mm.
So I wish his dad a happy birthday in heaven. So I wanted to put that in there for Jamie Stegmaier. Moving on.
You know another fun fact about Jamie Stegmaier?
What?
I'm going to be talking to him on Tuesday.
I know, it's so exciting.
I'm looking forward to it. He's giving blood, so he's like, I might be a little late to the video.
Good for him. I gave blood on a Monday last week. I'm starting to finally feel better.
The 30th, if my schedule allows it, I'll be giving blood. No, I won't be here. The 29th, the 29th.
Yeah.
So
I still have a rash on my arm. I get that post.
I don't. I get nauseous for like 5 minutes.
Well, I almost pass out, like, at the end of it. I think it's psychosomatic. Like, I know, like, when
as soon as you see the blood bag?
No, because what happens is the blood bag now beeps when it's full to let you know to stop.
Really?
You didn't notice that?
Mine never beeps.
Well, anyway, so then my brain goes, oh my gosh, I just gave up a whole bag of blood. And so I think then because I don't like blood, I start getting, anxious, and then I feel like I'm going to pass out. And I'm already laying down, so it's ridiculous because I'm already laying down. I'm like, I don't feel so good. But I get that post, give blood rash thing, and it's itchy. I hate it. Anyway, what game do you want to suggest first?
I'm starting? Okay.
Yeah, you start.
So I'm going to start with, there's no real rhyme or reason to my lists. It's just how it came in my head.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with If You Like Risk. It's a bad game to start with you sitting across from me. But if you like Risk, but you don't like the luck factor of Risk, or you don't like the length of it.
Right here.
Yeah. Then maybe try Root.
Okay.
Would be my guess. You're woodland creatures.
Oh, that one's cute looking, yeah.
It's adorable. You're fighting over a forest, control of the forest. And so you still get that warfare. It's a war game. You're just little woodland critters.
Cutie pooties.
The thing is, it's a difficult game because literally of the 4 different critters you can be, they are all extremely different in how they play. You're essentially playing 4 different games that all interact with each other. So it's hard to teach the game, and it's hard to learn the game because of that. Yeah. But it's still one of the most fun games I've ever played. If you want something easier to play, but much more expensive, there's Cthulhu Wars. It's $170, but you get that epic warfare on a global scale, just like Risk, with huge miniatures like the size of a soda can.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and handfuls of dice you're rolling at each other and things like that.
It's very important for JB. Can the Cthulhus dance together?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, good.
And it's easy. It's an easy game to play, most importantly.
So easy, but more expensive.
Yes.
Okay.
And my next category I'm going to talk about, because I'm going to do 2 for every one game that you recommend.
Okay.
If you like Scrabble, okay? One game we've reviewed, you and I, Azul.
I do love Azul.
It follows a lot of the same rules that Scrabble uses. You know, you put a tile down and you score horizontally and vertically with that tile. It's a gorgeous game.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's relaxing.
But if you like Scrabble for the word portion of it, Quiet Librarians.
I know. I love that game.
Such a good
it's so
game.
stressful, though.
It's very stressful. Much more stressful than Scrabble.
Did we win against Carrion?
I don't
remember. Or did we
remember.
lose?
I just remember the stress.
Where's the stress?
But that game is absolutely incredible. So if you like the word part of Scrabble, Quiet Librarians. If you like the tile placement and like the scoring and making combos, you want Azul.
And Quiet Librarians, you can buy that at Target, which is nice.
Yeah, it's like $20. Yeah. Azul's also like $25.
I actually suggest that one. Yeah. Because that one's
it's
crazy.
so good. It's so fun. If you like word games, that's a game for you.
All right, so for my first suggestion, I think it was last year's video, I said, Uno is always a good thing to have for family. We're that family who carries it in our purse, and we play it when we're sitting at a table.
I always have it on my purse.
You always have it in your purse? I know. But so I was drawn to a recent article because it just came out in September, but there's a new Uno called Show 'em No Mercy. And we need to buy it. It's going to be a Christmas stocking stuffer for our children. Good news is they don't listen to our podcast, so they don't know that. But to quote BoardGameGeek.com, it says, Uno Show 'em No Mercy is a brutal, ruthless version of the classic Uno card game. In addition to standard action cards like Skip, Reverse, and Draw 2, No Mercy comes with Wild Draw 6, Wild Draw 10, Skip Everyone, Discard All, and the new Wild Color Roulette, a card that forces the next player to choose a color and then draw until they get a card of that color. In addition to new action cards, many popular house rules have been included in the actual rules, so stacking is legal.
Oh, I love stacking.
7 swaps and 0 pass hands, and when you can't play a card, you must draw until you can play. And so it says, but the biggest change in Uno Show 'em No Mercy is the mercy rule. If you have 25 or more cards in your hand, you get kicked out of the game. And just so you know, it comes with 168 cards instead of 112, which is the standard for Uno.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want it. It's just ridiculous. I would be kicked out right away having 25 or more. But right now on Amazon, it's going for $11.99.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, nope, $10.99.
Oh, awesome.
Yep, so we're going to get that as a stocking stuffer because I cannot wait to do
great.
that. As we're waiting for food, we just told the kids tonight that we're going to Disney for Christmas, so that's exciting. When we go down there, we're taking that card game, and we are going to destroy each other by the pool. So, all right, that's what I have.
Okay. So first off, I want to say hobby gamers who are listening are probably gonna be like, "Oh, Uno," but yeah, we're definitely.
I know. Listen,
we're
this
Uno
is for
players.
everybody.
We like
okay?
Uno. We're a family who likes Uno.
Not like Uno.
We're a family that likes Munchkin too, and that's like one of the most hated games in the hobby industry.
Well,
so
you're wrong, but that's okay.
So my next 2. First off, this is mostly for our generation because we all sat around on Windows 98 playing Hearts. For those of you who like Hearts, there is The Crew, which is a trick-taking game just like Hearts, but you're working together to accomplish objectives by taking cards and stuff like that. And then as you go farther in, like there are more rules that go in, like you can't communicate with each other and things like that. And then there's another one called Scout. And I forget the theme of it. I think it's like you're like going to circuses and scouting like your favorite performers for your own circus or something. But the main gimmick of that game is once the cards are dealt to you and you pick them up, you cannot reorganize them in your hand.
Oh no.
So like however they are in your hand, that's how you have to play them.
Okay.
And so if you have like a 3 of a kind you want to play down, but they're all separated by other cards in between them, you have to find a way to like get those cards out of the middle and stuff like that.
Geez.
Yeah. So I want to try that one very badly. That sounds like fun. Next up is if you like Battleship, then there is Sonar.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard our Sonar review, you need to listen to that one. Or Whitehall Mystery.
I like Whitehall Mystery.
Whitehall Mystery is this great game of cat and mouse, hidden movement. One person is Jack the Ripper, running around, trying to dump bodies.
I dumped lots of bodies.
And the other players, if it's one player, you're running 3 investigators, or if there's more than one player, you're sharing those investigators, all based off real people, which we learned. And you're trying to find the killer and hunt them down. Similar Battleship. You don't know where he is, you just have to find him and track him down.
It was lots of fun to play.
And it's like a half-hour long.
Yeah.
It
didn't take very long.
Yeah.
The most stressful part was trying to figure out where you're going next and always being like 5 moves ahead and think about a quick way to get out of there.
Yeah, getting into their heads and trying to like game the person.
Yeah. So for me, my next one is Sushi Go. Mm-hmm. And as a combo, I learned there's also Sushi Go Party.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a new one. So this is kid tested and family approved. My kids love Sushi Go, as Jared always says. We learned it from Jared, and we realized how stressful it can be because he was like really into winning that game. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I really, really liked that game. Sushi Go Party, it looks just like, it says it's a party. This party platter of mega make super sashimi and endless edamame in this expanded version of the best-selling card game. So they're both available on Amazon. Sushi Go is currently $11.99 on Amazon, and Sushi Go Party is $19.99. They both look adorable, and just look at how cute Sushi Go Party is. Look at that. It's so cute.
I've seen it on like shelves and things like that, but I've never actually learned what it is and why it's different.
So cute. Yeah, it says it's for larger appetites. You still earn points by picking winning sushi combos, but now you can customize each game by choosing a la carte from a menu of more than 20 delectable dishes. What's more, up to 8 players can join in on the sushi feast. Let the good times roll. And you can also customize your difficulty level. So, yeah, it looks adorable. Like, you can make green tea ice cream now. I see tofu is here. Like, nice. There's the edamame, or like little peas in a pod. It's so cute. So I would suggest that. Sushi Go is such an easy card game to learn. The kids love it. And it's just a fun game to have, like, if you're sitting at a table with friends and you're waiting for the food to get done or something.
Yeah.
Or you just eating lunch with your friends and you're just chilling before playing a big board game. It's a good, easy one to toss in.
It's a filler game for sure, and it's a great one.
And it's just adorable. Everyone loves it.
And unlike Monopoly, it's beloved by most people.
Unlike Monopoly.
Speaking of,
oh no,
if you like Monopoly, these are my choices for you. 1, Lords of Waterdeep.
Okay, yes.
Okay. We will probably never play it again in this house, but it's a great, great game. And, while it's not entirely like Monopoly, because Monopoly is all about, like, auctioning, buying property, things like that. That's a big portion of Lords of Waterdeep, is you can buy properties and use them to your advantage and make money. So that's why I added that in there. The other one is Tapestry, which we haven't reviewed yet. I really want to, but Tapestry, you're going up tracks and getting, spending money to get little buildings, and you get to put these buildings down, but instead of putting them on properties, you're building up a city, and you get to put them, you fill a grid, kind of like Baron Park, or, like Woodoku.
I love Baron Park.
Or like Woodoku or something like that, where you're filling in little grids and trying to, fill a space to get, like, some kind of bonus and things like that. But it kind of has that feeling.
So it's kind of like Monopoly, because you're building your own, like, businesses, if you will.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
You get a similar feeling from it. Next up, if you like the card game Bullshit, or Liar's Dice, they're both the same game, just one's with dice, one's with cards. I recommend either Cockroach Poker, which is just a great little card game, and it's like $8 or something like that, or Skull.
Skull is fun.
Yeah, a gorgeous game. It's about $15. And that one, you have these cards that look like coasters, and they have this wonderful artwork on them, and you're just slowly laying, like, these cards down in front of you, and, you go around the table, everyone puts a card down, and then eventually someone's not going to put a card down. Instead, they're going to say, I think I can flip over 4 cards without getting a skull. And then someone else will be like, I can do 5. I can do 6. And then...
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then whoever bids the highest has to do it.
Yep.
and then if they don't get a skull, If they're one more step to win the game. If they can do it 2 times, they win the game. If they do get a skull, they lose, and they have to lose one of their cards. So now they only have 3 cards instead of 4. And now I just taught the game. Like it's that simple.
Done.
Yeah.
So for me, we mentioned Baron Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like games where you put tiles down. It's just one of my favorite things to do.
Tile laying games they're satisfying.
I just
too.
like when things match together.
When things fit together and fill a space, and yeah.
And I feel like as a gifted teacher, I really appreciate the squizzle puzzles where you have squares and they all connect. You make the puzzle face,
Or when you just load the trunk with groceries and it just fits. Everything just fits perfectly.
Oh man, you give me Tetris, I got you. I would suggest King Domino.
Yeah,
and it's good as a family game. I mean, it's actually sold as a family strategy game, actually. So you play King Domino by it's a tile placement game. You use pattern building, which is really good for children. You have to choose between the fields and the grass and all that kind of stuff. And it's just lots of fun. I really enjoy it. By the way, there's also a brand new one called King Domino Origins, which we need to buy. Now, King Domino itself runs for $21.99 on Amazon. King Domino Origins runs for $27.99 because it's newer. So it says here, King Domino Origins is the newest addition to the King Domino family by designer Bruno Cathala. Travel back in time to a prehistoric era of King Domino. Build your tribe as strong as you can so you can rule over all the kingdoms. And use erupted lava to bring fire to your regions. Gather resources and recruit fearless cavemen to expand your tribe and hunting territory. So there's even on the picture, it's mountains, volcanoes. There's cavemen on the front. So it's adorable. I think we should add this to our collection because Eli especially loves King Domino.
I haven't played King Domino in so long.
I know. What's the last time we did? A while ago.
A year and a half at least.
No, we played it before. Since then.
No, because since we started the podcast, we have not played since we started the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta fix that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, King Domino, $21.99. The Origins, $27.99.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
At all. So for me, if you like Clue, you're not gonna like my first recommendation.
Okay.
Mysterium.
Actually, I was going to say the game that I would never suggest absolutely ever is Mysterium. Do not buy it. It is a waste of money. Do not buy that. You can skip over. Just hit the 10 seconds ahead. Ignore.
Not only is it one of the most beautiful games ever made.
It is trash.
It satisfies the who did it, where, and with what that Clue uses.
Nope.
The problem is if you play it with someone like our nephew Jack... because what happens is the person who was murdered, the ghost, will hand you a dream card. And the dream card is very abstract looking, and it has all these weird shapes and symbols and colors on it and everything. And, one of the examples I saw in the review was someone had a picture of a moon, and one of the murderers was a watchkeeper, and the watchkeeper's picture is full of gears and circles. So they put the moon down, hoping they would link circle moon, circle gears. Put those two together, shape. But if you're playing with someone like our nephew Jack, he's like, well, here's the moon, and that made me think of sleeping, and then I had this weird dream about the tooth fairy, and then I saw that this person had a hospital gown on, so, and so it's obvious that I wanted you to pick the doctor.
Hate Mysterium so much.
Another version of that, well, 2 other versions of that, it's the same game mechanics, but done better from...
Thank you for saying better.
In my opinion. Well, one is, I wouldn't say better, but the same, just shorter, is Where's My Ride by David Kessler. And it's the same game. You just have to know your emojis to play that one. It's a much shorter game, but very similar game mechanics, much cheaper price point.
Yep.
Yeah, and that it's just, a quicker game and just as fun.
Thank you, Dorvid.
The other option is Rear Window, which we haven't played yet, but it's based off... I got it for half price at BAM when they closed down.
Oh, okay.
Where it's based on the movie Rear Window, which the Shia LaBeouf movie Disturbia is based on, where this guy is under house arrest. I think he broke his leg, actually, and he's looking out his window at all of his neighbors, and he thinks he sees a murder across the street.
Okay.
And so in Rear Window, one person is the quote-unquote director. They're playing Alfred Hitchcock. And they're giving scenes to everyone else who's watching their neighbors. And you're all seeing the same neighbors, so you can talk to each other about what you saw in House A and, things like that. And trying to figure out who the murderer is, or if there was a murder at all. So
Interesting.
It just sounds like a really fun game. And I'm glad I picked it up. Can't wait to play it.
Well, going back to family games, I know you'll agree with this. Lauren Ray will agree with this. Ashley will agree with this. Angie, Dan, they'll all agree with this. Wingspan.
Yes.
I gotta throw a Stonemeyer.
Yep, I threw a Stonemeyer game in there too.
Yeah, but like Wingspan, it's just beautiful. I like games where you can do stuff for fun, and like there is a job there. You're trying to get whatever certain kinds of birds or eggs or a nest, whatever. So there is a strategy to it, but you can just chill and have a whole conversation around the board game. If I'm going to play with friends, it's what I want it to be. It's either like, going cutthroat Uno or relax and just chill. Like that's, I'm weird.
Yeah. Multiplayer solitaire games is what some people derogatorily call them. It's just like, you're just doing your own little thing, not bothering anyone else. You're just
collecting all the eggs.
As well as the same way, you're just making your own little mosaic and
I like
not
those.
bothering
Mysterium
anyone.
never, but Wingspan's a good family game. The kids can understand, even if they don't really understand all the words. Sometimes they can still help them reading. But I like Wingspan, especially for like our kids as they're getting older. The problem is the price point. I was looking for cheaper family games for my list. Wingspan right now is running for $44.99.
Yeah, that's about the normal price range.
It's a Stonemeyer
45.
game, so. But you're getting quality with that because everything is nice. The gray board they're going to use for like the cardboard, if you want to call it, it's gray board. Yeah. That's nice and thick, and we don't have any issues with ours right now. Everything folds down.
Nothing. And you alluded to it, the typical Stonemeyer tradition, there's no bad thing that happens to you. Everything will move you forward in some way, which I love. So I have next, if you like D&D.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Then I suggest Gloomhaven.
Okay.
There's the cheap one to get you into the Gloomhaven series. It's about $35. It's called Jaws of the Lion. And it's, you make a character, you get to name him, you go through a story, they level up and things like that. There are boxes of unlockable things. Even in Jaws of the Lion, there are things you can unlock. Like little boxes you get to open when you reach a certain point in the story. In the bigger box of Gloomhaven, that person eventually, they have their own goal of like why they're an adventurer. They meet that goal, they retire, and then you can like meet that character later on in the game. I have never gotten that far in the game yet, but it's in there. It's a really cool thing. Lots of unlockables.
How much does Jaws run for versus the full Gloomhaven?
So Jaws is $35. Gloomhaven you can usually find for around $100.
Yeah, okay.
And then Frosthaven's $250.
Yeah. That's when you just...
That's if you like the others, then you want to invest in that one. But try the cheap one first.
Yep.
Another option for if you like D&D, like if you're... into the whole like story with the DM and all that, but you don't want to be the DM, Mansions of Madness.
That's true. Yeah.
It's $100, but it's so worth it. It's such a good game. And the app runs the game for you and you just play along. Very easy to learn, very easy to play.
So for next family game, you're going to love this. Code Names.
Yes.
I think of it as a newer version of like Guess Who. But it's not Guess Who. For some reason, I just kind of equate it to that because the tiles that you lay down. But how would you describe it?
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of like almost like Password or something. There's a 5x5 grid of cards on the table, and you're trying to get your team to flip over or guess all the cards that are meant for your team to guess. For one example, there was Nurse, Pumpkin, and Costume. No, it wasn't Costume. It was something. Something like that. And I said Halloween 3. Because that's the rule. You have to say one word and one number. And so then, your teammates know, okay, 3 words that mean something about Halloween. And Kyle, who was like, our brains were melding together that episode or that evening, he got all three of them. He's like, well, obviously Nurse and obviously Pumpkin, and then whatever the third one. He's like, it's got to be these three. And everyone else on my team was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah. To quote the product description off of Amazon, Codenames is a social word game with a simple premise and challenging gameplay. Two rival spy masters know the secret identities of 25 agents. Their teammates know the agents only by their code names. The teams compete to see who can make contact with all of their agents first. Spy masters give one-word clues that can point to multiple words on the table. Their teammates try to guess words of their color while avoiding those that belong to the opposing team. And everyone wants to avoid the assassin. So it's lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, fun fact, it is half off. So you can get it for $12.39 on Amazon. So I'm just saying, pick it up. And so I'm going to finish my list now with my last one, because it's easy.
Yeah.
Puckett. It's a
Puckett.
two-person game. If you want to get your kids like yelling at each other, it's great. So Puckett is basically like Tiddlywinks meets ping pong. Like, it's just crazy. You have pucks on a board and an elastic band, and you just pull it back against the band, and of course it shoots through, and there's a little hole in the middle, but there's like a wooden slat that stops both sides. There's a little hole you have to get through the puck through, and they go back, and the first person to get all their pucks on one side.
Yeah, like your side has to be completely empty of any pucks of any color.
Yeah, so you're the winner. It is absolutely insane. It is high stakes. Your finger gets hit because those pucks come whizzing in and they hurt you. I love it. I take it in, and my 8th graders love playing it, and they start yelling at each other. It's hilarious. Pucks go flying. So there are some really nice ones online. And they look fantastic, and there's probably more rules to the game then. But our version we have, it's called Puckett, but it has different names on Amazon. Currently, you can get the board game for $12.99. That's the one that we have. So you can get Puckett, and you can get Codenames right now for the price of Codenames by itself, usually. And there are a lot of, games coming down the line that are going to be super cheap because, Thanksgiving's coming, so Black Friday's coming.
Yeah, Target currently has, their Black Friday deals, and games are like up to half off.
Yeah.
Not all of them are that, greatly marked off, but like some are. Like Ticket to Ride, if you don't own Ticket to Ride, it's a $60 game. They're selling it for like $25 right now.
Yeah.
Like, get that game. Get that game right now. Yeah. I don't know why I don't own that game. But so my last ones, I have just two other categories here. One, story-driven games.
Okay.
Arkham Horror, the card game. 100%. Like, just, it's, like a choose-your-own-adventure almost, but through cards. I've never seen cards do this before, like the way they just direct you through a story. It's incredible. And the other one is Tales of the Arabian Nights, which might be out of print now. I'm not sure. So if it is, I apologize, everyone, because of that. But it's a great game. It's a hilarious game too. If it is out of print, keep your eyes out for Tales of the Arthurian Nights, because that one's coming.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then there is, if you like Among Us.
Oh, no.
Then you need to look into The Thing, the board game, because it's very much like Among Us. You are all breaking up into groups, going to various rooms of the outpost, fixing things, making sure the boiler doesn't break down, making sure there's food for everyone, and things like that. But if two of you go to a room together, the other person might be the thing. And then you get infected.
Yeah.
And the end of the game is when everyone piles into a helicopter and flies away. But they have to make sure they're all human, because if the thing is on there, then, they're going to infect the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. We're going to have a review on that very shortly, actually. Very, very soon. The other one is Secret Hitler.
I was just going to say, if you want to get a board game that is a fun one that can grow with the amount of people you have at table, that's a great game. But you have to be with a group of friends that like when they say, oh my gosh, you're Nazi scum, they're just in the game. You cannot have any hard feelings.
Yeah, you have to be okay with the fact that it's a game and you're going to be saying mean things to people.
And when they say, oh my gosh, she's Hitler, and you're like, no, I'm not Hitler. And they kill you, It's okay. It's all in good fun.
And then some runners-up, 2 games that literally I've never seen people dislike. Out of 6 years, 7 years that we've been in this hobby now. 1, if you like Uno, and just games where you're just dunking on people, Survive Escape from Atlantis. The game ends friendships, but in the best way possible.
So much fun.
It is easily the easiest game to learn, and it's just so much fun.
If we want to get a new friend into the game, we pull that one out.
Yeah.
Because we want to see what kind of person they are.
And there's no way to not enjoy the game. Everyone I know, immediately, as soon as the game's over, they go, we need to play this again.
Do it again, yeah.
And usually 2 more times. Like, we play it 3 times in a row.
Yep.
Pretty much every time we play.
Easy. Yep.
The other one that's just fun all around, and some of the most fun I've ever had at the table, is Snake Oil.
See, I was going to put that on my list, but I thought we discussed it last year, so I did not.
I think I know we talk about it all the time. We reviewed it too. Yeah. But it's still, like, if you like Cards Against Humanity, if you like Joking Hazard, if you like Apples to Apples, if you like any of those, you're going to throw them out when you play Snake Oil, because Snake Oil is a million times better than all those. And
it's actually worth getting all the expansions.
Yes.
Like, every expansion makes it better.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep. There's an adult one. Then there's like a children's one, but really it's just more words, and more words is always good.
Unlike Cards Against Humanity, there's playability continually, because it's all based on the cards that you have. So at some point with Cards Against Humanity, you know, like, okay, this card's gonna go at that black card.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best one. If you have it, you play it, you know you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
But not for Snake Oil. Not yet. Anyway.
Yeah,
we played it a lot.
The jokes run out in Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
That can't happen in Snake Oil, because the combination of the cards you have plus the customer that the person is never going to be the same. So it's, like, there's no way around it.
Do we have 2 Scooby-Doo's Betrayal?
No.
What's upstairs then?
It's a Scooby-Doo escape room.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say, how did we get 2 of those trashy things?
Actually, we do have 2. One's in my classroom.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, we do have a second Scooby-Doo Betrayal.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
Okay, one game I would suggest, apart from Mysterium, not to buy. Do not buy Scooby-Doo Betrayal. Just don't.
Don't. We haven't played it yet, but
I refuse.
Everyone who has played it has said it's the worst of the Betrayal games.
It's the worst.
Betrayal 3rd Edition, though, has a Santa expansion.
What?
Yeah. So I kind of want to get it.
Don't I have the 3rd edition right now?
Yeah, it's the one you hate.
Yeah.
The new one.
So you can buy an expansion, but that won't work with my old one?
No.
What? I have the OG and I cannot put Santa in there?
No. And there's a werewolf one, too. It comes with a little mini and everything.
I'm not okay.
I'm
not okay.
I'm sorry.
One last card game that I would suggest, and then I'm done. Okay. The one that we played with the really cute multicolored, not shrimp, the mantis. Yeah.
The mantis shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really anything from the oatmeal. Some people hate the oatmeal, their art style, their humor, things like that.
I love it.
All the games go over well in our house. Yeah, sure, the jokes on the art, like, they do wear out, but the game itself is still fun. And we always have a good time with those games.
Okay, so that's it. I'm done suggesting, because this is going all night.
Yep. So anyway, everyone, not our usual review here,
but it's time to get ready for Christmas.
Absolutely.
And this is the week when you're going to get all those deals between now and Cyber Monday. So we got to get our ideas out. And again, Codenames is currently half off, so you got to pick it up now before that's done.
That's right.
And get Puckett too, man. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers.
Yep. If you see a good deal on Target and don't know if it's a good game, message us at gamesoverboard.com.
And if you have any ideas that are good games, please message us or comment on Facebook, and so we can share with the people around us,
Yeah, talk on Facebook, or if you listen to us on YouTube, make a comment on there. Maybe we'll have a discussion going about what game, why you think this game should have been on the list, or why you think a game we picked was garbage. If you thought there's a better game that I could have had in one of my categories, let us know.
Yeah. And if you're still stuck on a game, what I would suggest is if you're from the area, running down to Helix Tabletop Guild and getting a gift card. We did that for our our nephew Simon, and he went like that night and bought stuff. So when in doubt, if you have a board gamer in your life who loves board games, but you're not sure to buy, just go to a local store and get them a gift card because you're helping local business and letting them buy what they want to buy.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, that's all I got, though.
That's it for us for this week, everyone. We will see you next week.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
I want to hear that cowbell. Let's go. Here it comes. You ready? Oh, yeah, there it is. Just imagining Will dancing around. This song would not be the same without the cowbell.
See, I always want the lyrics to kick in, and they just don't.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah, mine. I edited them out, but...
Cowbell's gone. I'm done. Turn it off. It's trash now.
I see how it is.